I welcome you warmly to the shrine of Numo Badu Udano Odiapense the First, the spiritual overlord of Teshie traditional area. We welcome you this afternoon here to reiterate certain things to you. For instance, we heard from the regional minister that we have 2 Wulomos in Teshie. So we are here this afternoon to make it emphatically clear that we have only one substantive Wulomo for the Osabu Ayiku deity, and his name is Numo Badu Udano Odiapense the First, the Osabu Ayiku Wulomo of Teshie. And in the press conference of the Honorable Regional Minister, he made reference to a case which was pending at a district court in La with the title The Republic versus Numo Badu Udano Odiapense the First. Even though we had problem with the spelling of the name, we will admit it. The second person is Ni Note Tuaka, the second. The third person is Stephen Nisowa Hansen. And then the fourth person is Alex Ajete Norte. I would like us to identify these 4 people that the Republic is having problem with. One is Numo Badu Udano Odiapense, who is the Osabu Ayiku Wulomo. He is the first person, and you can all see him seated here. The second person is Ni Note Tuaka, the second, who happens to be the Shipi of Teshie. The third person is Stephen Nisowa Hansen. Stephen Nisowa Hansen, as we all know, is an ordinary member of the Teshie community, has no contention, and has never been installed as Wulomo. The fourth person is Alex Ajete Norte, who also happens to be the private name of Numo Badu Udano Odiapense the First. Numo Badu Udano Odiapense the First is known in private life as Alex Ajete Norte. So, on the face of this very document that I would like to hand over to the media, there is nobody contesting as a Wulomo for Teshie and contesting Numo Badu Udano. We would like to put it on record. The next document I would like to dwell on was issued on the 19th of August, 2019. And we have Ni Emmanuel Mensah Kwaku Kantref, and he arrogated some powers or some position to himself. And I would like to read as he described himself. He's the head of Notekuma Plamatanowi, acting Osabu Ayiku Wulomo. The underlying word is acting. Acting head of Chairway Sroklemusu, and the chairman of the 3 heads of gates of Chairway, and then his house number followed. Then the next person on it is Ni Sowa Stephen Hansen, head of Ajesankuma Odanowe. Nobody mentioned his name or described himself here as a Wulomo. I'm doing all this to elaborate on it, that there is no one, not a single soul, is contesting Numo Badu Udano Odiapense the First as the substantive Teshie Wulomo. And in this very suit, Ni Emmanuel Kwaku Mensah Kantref and Ni Sowa Hansen went to the court to withdraw the case. I would like to get the specific date that the withdrawal was done. I also issued that to the press. It was done in April 22nd, 2021. In fact, with this They went for interrogatory injunction to restrain Numo Badu Odano for performing the rites and holding himself as a substantive Osabu and Ayiku Wulomo, of which the case was struck out in April 2021. I would like to read as the judge or per what the court gave out. In the Superior Court of Judicature in the High Court of Justice, Commercial Division 3, held in Accra on Friday, 22nd day of April 2021, before Her Ladyship Justice Mariama Samro Miss, suit number GJ 1564/2019, time 9:07, Ni Emmanuel Kwaku Mensah Cantref and others, plaintiff, versus Alex Ajete Norty, into bracket Labia and 5 others, defendant, parties, second plaintiff present and represent first plaintiff. Emmanuel Norty, for first plaintiff, I happen to be the very person. Second defendant present, David Saki, represent third defendant. Fourth defendant present, fifth present, sixth absent. Counsel, Abdul Gafar Abodo, for plaintiff, present. Jean Morellet, for defendant, present. Plaintiff's counsel, we have filed a motion on notice for leave to amend writ of summons and statement of claim. My learned friend informs me he has been served and that he is not opposed to the motion. In the circumstance, I pray the motion for leave to amend writ of summons and statement of claim to be granted. We move accordingly. My learned friend has also intimated that in view of our amendment, they would have to file some processes. So we have agreed to offer them 1,000 Ghana cedis. By court. The underlying word is by court. Motion on notice for leave to amend writ of summons and statement of claim is hereby granted. The second bulletin, the plaintiffs are to file amended writ and statement of claim within 7 days from today, i.e. 23rd April 2021, and ensure same is served on the defendant. A cost of 1,000 Ghana cedis awarded against plaintiff. Plaintiffs counsel. We also pray to withdraw the interrogatory injunction application filed on 19th August 2019. And then again by court, the motion on notice to restrain the first defendant from performing the functions of the deceased Wulomo and to offer protection for the elders of Teshie to perform custom for the family filed by the plaintiffs on 19th August 2019 is hereby struck out as withdrawn. The suit is to take its normal course. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, I'm going to serve you with this letter, and the underlying word in the last statement is, the case is hereby struck out as withdrawn. Let's move forward to May 8th, 2022. Numo Badu Odano Odi Apense the first, who happens to be the Osabu Ayiku Wulomo, for his homework activities, wrote to the Ghana Police Service for protection because he's going to have mass gathering. And it reads, the Regional Commander, Greater Accra Region, Ghana Police Service, dear sir, request for police protection. I am the Osabu Ayiku Wulomo, the chief priest of Teshie and the successor to the immediate past Osabu Ayiku Wulomo Numu Aje Kwanko II. I am by this letter requesting for police assistance in view of the impending Homowo rites and celebrations. My request as a result of insecurity and previous attack, the underlying word is previous attack on me and my elders during performance of last year's Homowo rites, festival and celebration. This year's Homowo festival celebration has been slated to take place from 22nd day of May 2022 to the 3rd day of September 2022. I attach herein the detailed program for this year's Homowo festivals to enable you align and strategize your mode of operation to protect me and the Teshie community during these festivals. Thank you, yours faithfully. So, with this letter, we copied the Greater Accra, the Director General Operation, the Commander, Teshie Division, the Commander, Teshie District, and the Chairway Council of Elders. So, ladies and gentlemen of the press, I wouldn't like to waste much of your time. Rather, the other document supporting Numo Badu Oda no Odia Pense as the sole Osabu and Ayiku Wulomo of Teshie, I'm going to make it available to the press. Yes, what we are asking the security and the intelligence services to do is that, in fact, the information that is being circulated to them is not appropriate. They can reach us for our side of the story. That is one. And then two, like the fetish and the priestesses said, we are in our Gbemlilaa. We have rights that we perform, but we were hindered from doing what is necessary for our ancestors. So we would like to plead with the authorities, the powers that be, that they should come for us to sit down and talk over it. Other than that, we are giving them to the 3rd of September. That is where the final rite for the Homowo will be done. That is the Sesebumo, and it's around 6 p.m. So if by 6 p.m. the authorities, the powers that be, doesn't come to us for reconciliation, for negotiation, for an agreement. In fact, we don't have the law courts on our side. We don't have the gun on our side. But we have our spiritual lawyers and our spiritual judges on our side. We have our local jinn, the Akpeteshin, the foreign jinn, the Castle Bridge, and our ex, that we can consult our deities for them to seek justice for us. And in any case, we are not the first people to be doing this, to be seeking justice from our deities. It has been done since time of old. In the days of King David, when he was going to war, he consulted God, the oracle. And the message from God is that the warriors or the soldiers should stay behind, for the choristers should lead. So we will be doing. Those who pelted the stone, in fact, they are standing trial. Some are standing trial, including Stephen Soa Hansen, the second plaintiff in the suit seeking the interrogatory injunction. They are standing trial at La Circuit Court. The rest are at large, of which the police and the intelligence service has assured us they will fish for them and get them. We have faith in the police. Yeah, the little I have for the security and intelligence services is that they should not relax on their OX, and they should not listen to one side of the story, but rather they should pick from both sides, and they should strengthen their security. They should increase their patrols. They should be more visible on the ground, because there's so much insecurity in and around Teshie and its environs. So we will plead with them. They should come to the ground. We are giving whoever is involved whether being a politician, a traditional authority, whosoever is involved should come and sit down for negotiation, for an agreement to be reached. Other than that, we are giving up to the end of the Homowo festivities. That is ending on the 3rd of September, which is a Saturday, when the Teshie will go finally, what we call Bumo. After that, we will fall on our traditional or our spiritual deities to consult them for us. Yes, and I withdraw categorical statement that I made that we don't have the court on our side. No, I withdraw fully. What we want to tell the regional minister is he should be guided by the full documents from the courts and not one-sided. He should be guided by the full document of the court. And like he said, I know how he described himself as the chief servant of the people of Accra. So if he's the chief servant, he should not be just taking information from one side. He should be looking at the other side too, as much as possible. And the amazement or the amazing thing about it is he has roots from Teshie. So him coming to Teshie, it's not something that should be very difficult for him. And when he comes, he should behave as a twin mother. He should breastfeed everybody, not just one side. Thank you. We know politically the MCE is the representative of the president in the locality or in the municipality. Personally, I've led a team to meet the MCE, of which he promised us coming to see us, to engage us. It has never been so. And we know the MCE also reported directly to the regional minister. Even the previous MCE, Na Ajile Dwamena, he was in office when the stones were thrown at the Osabu, Ayiku, Wulomo, and the shrine. In fact, when we finish, I'll let you go around to take pictures of how our roofs look today. In fact, he is from Teshie. He is a full-blooded Teshie person. She never ever visited the Osabu, Ayiku, Wulomo. Even though we showed her a photograph of the Numo with blood oozing from his head. We showed her the photos. The Municipal Security Coordinating Council met, showed her a lot of things, reported to her. She never showed up. Honorable Mordecai. Yes, Honorable Mordecai is the current Municipal Chief Executive. Yes, he has never ever stepped foot here with all these crises. And we know he's the chief servant for Lejekuku Municipal Assembly. Yeah. In fact, he's a politician. I'm a traditionalist. But we intertwine. So, as the overlord of the community, and him being the political leader of the community, I'm expecting to be engaging him or him to be engaging me more. We should be chit-chatting more. But like I said, not even a telephone call from him have I had for once. Yes.